seen the movie Contagion, it tells of a pandemic like the one we are facing today. The movie shows a bulldozer clearing a rainforest in China, disturbing some bat's natural habitat. One bat drops an infected piece of banana, which is eaten by a pig. The pig is slaughtered and makes it to a restaurant kitchen. The chef, who cooks the pig, comes into contact with the virus and transmits it to another person via a handshake. At every stage of transmission, the human hand. The current pandemic, COVID-19, is thought to have originated in a wet market in Wuhan, selling live wild animals. A second theory is that this virus was created by the human hand in a laboratory as part of a biological weapons program. Whatever the cause, it is clear that humans have had a major role in the origin of the disease. But what makes this a real tragedy is the human failure to contain this disease in Wuhan. Had the Chinese authorities acted in time by testing, quarantining, closing borders, we might have been able to restrict this disease as a local epidemic. Unfortunately, humans failed again. Today, over 38 million people have contracted the virus. Over 1 million people have died. So, what are the changes we can make to prevent pandemics? Firstly, to reduce the likelihood of another outbreak, we must ban the trade and consumption of wild animals. Our forests and natural habitats must be protected to prevent novel diseases from emerging and leaping into the human species. Secondly, to prepare ourselves to contain an outbreak when it does occur, we need to invest in a strong surveillance system to help us identify pockets early. We need to train medical personnel, especially in poorer countries, to be able to act quickly as soon as the next outbreak is discovered. We need to deploy modern technology, including cell phones and social media, to disseminate information quickly and clearly. Finally, we must educate the general public on personal hygiene. Not coughing or sneezing into others' faces, not spitting on roads, washing hands, wearing masks, and social distancing. Let me tell you a true story. A day before the national lockdown, 54 migrant laborers en route to their home states were stranded in Palsana village in Rajasthan. These laborers were a mix of carpenters, painters, and bricklayers, and were made to quarantine themselves at a local government school building for 2 weeks. The village panchayat arranged for clean beds and tasty home-cooked food. They acted quickly, strictly following guidelines, and the public supported them. None of the migrants contracted COVID. The migrant laborers were so touched by the care offered to them that they repaired the dilapidated school building free of cost. If COVID could be contained in a remote rural area in Rajasthan, why can't we expect the same results from the more developed, more educated parts of our country? There is no doubt that human failure caused the spread of the pandemic. But humanity is also the solution to prevent future outbreaks. The choices we make today will set the stage for our tomorrow. Let us be the change we want to see. Let change begin with me.